I'm Oscar's mum, Tanya. Oscar is my son. He just turned 19 and Oscar lives with intellectual disability and autism. Oscar was living at home with us and attending school at a special school. It was a huge decision to think about Oscar moving out full time and it's not something we had planned for. But his behaviour had become really difficult and we were losing a lot of services. I suppose at the height of Oscar's worst moments, where he was feeling the most unsettled and was the most struggle he'd been through in his life, he had a lot of obsessions and they related to his environment. At the time, he would not allow us to have any electronic devices, so that was TVs, radios, iPads or phones. He didn't want chairs in the house. There were no window coverings. We weren't allowed to have lights. And it was all about his own anxiety and obsessions that he went through systematically removing all of those from our house.
My name's Emma Story. I'm a senior behaviour support practitioner with the ORS group. ORS became involved when Oscar was about 17 and Oscar was transitioning from accommodation providers and really struggling with his frustration tolerance and perpetrating some violence and anger at others. And so when we got involved, that was when Oscar was finding his new home, where we were able to be part of finding and training the correct staff for Oscar and helping him learn some of the tolerance strategies that he needed.
I think ORS is really good at understanding the needs of their clients and what their goals are and helping them achieve those. Also, I think they're really great at working with in a multidisciplinary team, working with the specialist support coordinator, working with us as the family, and then all the other pieces of speech therapists and exercise physiologists. Really great communication and just that coordinated approach, which for the client means that it's just this seamless sort of transition.
I think some of the biggest challenges that we had with Oscar is that he has such an intense history and there was a lot of fear around pushing Oscar to do things, and for so long I think the goal had been to have some calmness or just to have consistency for Oscar, but we really saw alongside Oscar's family that there was a lot of potential for growth and there was a lot of potential for more. And so the biggest challenge was really saying, okay, we are better than where we were, but I think we can go further. It went from Oscar being able to be in a house with two people and watch TV to saying, well, Oscar can be in a house with two people and contribute to how the house is run and contribute to his life and make decisions and problem solve and be part of the solution.
Oscar's behaviour is incredibly improved to what it was, and there's multiple factors for that, but without a doubt the ability of ORS to document what Oscar's likes and preferences and needs are is significant in that, because it helps staff be able to approach Oscar in the way that he prefers. And then what's important to him, which may not be obvious to everybody else because it isn't often not typical, that having that documented is really important. I think that the behaviour support plan that they've prepared too is just really straightforward and practical and easy to implement.
The main strategy with Oscar that helped was to teach Oscar difficult things and to help him cope with doing difficult tasks. So when we come for therapy, one of the things we do is we switch activities a lot, and we find activities that are just outside of his reach, and we help him continue to engage in those activities where in the past that would have been a trigger for frustration. So we'll play ball games outside, we take turns, we push Oscar to be active and have some physical interaction, which is really good for him. We get him to take care of his own laundry, and that's every step of the process. We have asked that he start preparing some healthy foods and have more ownership of that, help wash up the plates when he's finished, help put them back away. Oscar has been putting out the recycling and even using the return and earn program for some extra spending money when he wants to. He is a significant part of every portion of his life. So if the floors need to be cleaned, Oscar is one of the floor cleaners. If the car needs to be washed, Oscar is one of the car washers, and that has been great for him because even when it's difficult, really that was the therapy. He can do difficult things.
Oscar's behaviour has improved significantly that we are able to take him out to eat. So every Tuesday he meets his dad and they go for lunch out at Liverpool. There hasn't been any behavioural incidents as far as I'm aware in the last year, which is a massive improvement to what we'd experienced in the years before that. We also, as a family, every Sunday go to a cafe. So it's always mum, dad and his brother, and often his grandparents attend that as well. And again, we haven't had any concerns at all about Oscar's behaviour. He's extremely calm and settled and behaves really appropriately at those outings. So that's massive improvement. For a while there, all we could pretty much do was drive through McDonald's, and even then that could become really dangerous.
I guess when I think about Oscar's future now, I'm actually really unsure what it would look like, because for a while we knew what we wanted it to look like, and that was our best bet, that maybe we could get there and maybe that's what it would be. But now it's it could be anything. He is just surpassing a lot of our expectations, and he is meeting these goals that we had for him, and he's really directing his life. So when I think about his future, I think about it the way I think of a lot of people's futures. I really don't know. I think it will just get better and better. He will get more and more independent, but he'll also get more and more confident in the people around him, that we can support him in the way that he needed to be supported, and who knows?